Hello, friends. Welcome. I am Ananda Rose, and thank you for joining us here on the channel. And of course, I have with me today Lynn Drewett and Kirsty Marie. Welcome, ladies. Happy New Year.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Oh, I love your dress. I didn't see it because I was busy trying to cross over. I love the color of your dress, Kirsty.
Yeah, do you know it was $4 at an op shop? Yay!
That's the one. Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. So, welcome here today, the first day in the year 2025. If you are in New Zealand and Australia and other parts of the Pacific, we are already in the new year. So, for all of you on the other side, sorry, that's where you are. We are here now. Well, I guess that's the benefit of, well, not the benefit of, that's the thing about time, right? And of course, it's all to do with the sun and when it rises. So, blame the sun. So, tell me then, how are you doing, Lynn?
Oh, very well. Thank you, Rose. Feeling the energies at the moment over the last couple of days again,
Yeah,
but very well. Thank you. Hmm.
that's good. That's good. And Kirsty, what about you? How are you? And
Mm,
how's the last few weeks been for you, like with holidays and children and yeah.
mm. Yeah, so the end of the year is quite busy for us because we have children and we have a birthday and we have Christmas and we have family around. And it's a bit of a blur at the end of December. And then there's this kind of interesting pause, this waiting period in between Christmas and the New Year. And you and I were talking about this the other day, Rose, and I was like, I feel it a very strange energy actually. It's like
Mhm.
kind of a waiting, and perhaps the discomfort arises from that uncertainty, that not knowing. Um, and so what I'm feeling into at the moment is that kind of peace with being in the void and knowing that it's okay to just be waiting's not really the right word, but to not have a clear purpose in each moment because the next thing will arise and the next thing will arise and we can't really get it wrong.
No, can't
Yeah.
get it wrong. Cannot get it
Mm.
wrong. Yeah, interesting that you say that because I have to agree with it because it is that blurry phase, right, between Christmas and New Year. And then New Year comes and it's all bang again and all the fireworks and everything. And then, okay, that was the next thing. And then we navigate from here. So, everybody, one of the reasons we are doing this live event today is that we're here today doing a bit of a reflective chat with everyone. And then, Kirsty, I think you're going to take us through a guided process, if from what I remember. And
Yeah. I,
if that's still going, if that's still happening.
yes, I don't know what it is yet. So, because I'm being in the void.
Okay. And of course, I'm going to do some light language. And this morning I got the download for what we're supposed to do for this light language. And it's really interesting because the guides were like, light, keep it light, keep it light, keep it light. And Lynn, I'm going to hand it over to you because our reflective chat. What do you think 2024 came through? What came through for you? What were the themes that came through for you? Like, I mean, obviously not all the themes, but the main themes that you found was governing your your life, your experiences.
Hmm. Well, thank you, Rose. It's so lovely to be here. I just wanted to say that, and
Um,
it's such an honor. I'm going to divide my little talk into two. So, my personal at home, the themes that have really hit me this year. And I do have notes here, so excuse me for looking over at my notes. But it's been
I'm
a
just
tough
busy hearing
year.
us whilst you do that. Sorry.
Yeah,
Go
that's
on, go on.
fine. It's been a tough year as far as energetically tough, but on the other hand, it's been beautiful because things have transpired through those tough energy waves that we've had.
Yeah.
Um, I've had so many ascension symptoms, like probably a lot of people are feeling, like everything has hit me this year. So things like, the flu and just, tummy upsets, headaches, crown headaches, third eye headaches, everything that other people on YouTube talk about. And I was thinking, well, I don't really have those things, but this year those things have really hit me.
Okay.
So I just try and meditate on those and work through them in the best way I can. Um, the probably the most profound thing was the ending of relationships for me, and I'm talking about family relationships, and that's as we're moving into our sovereignty, those things have got to happen. That's how I look at it anyway. So that's been really, really big in my life. Um, but I won't go into details about that. But it's been huge.
Yeah.
Finding my soul tribe has been amazing for me too. So online and at work. So I work part time in a pharmacy because I'm retired, but I just do that because that's where I want to be. And lo and behold, I found out not long after I started my job there over a year ago that half of the staff were part of my soul tribe. So this was really, really beautiful to experience. And everyone that is in my soul tribe is just so respectful and loving, and we get along so well together. It's really lovely. And
Yeah.
then online, meeting Rose and some other people it's all part of the divine plan of putting us together where we should be, which has been absolutely magical, and such a blessing because, I've been robbed of that nearly all my life. And now I have these people showing up, and it's been absolutely amazing.
Mm.
Um, I've had to deep dive into traumas and pain. And for anyone who follows my YouTube channel, would know that I've hurt my back, and I did a video on how to heal my back naturally. So, there's been a lot of traumas and deep dives into releasing trauma from past life and ancestral binds. So that's also been a big thing for me as well. And of course, my back, if it's been a journey with that too, to find all the natural things that will fix me, and it's working very well too. Um, okay, and then I'll just move on to work because I don't want to take too much time. So I just wanted to give an overall um, observation of what I've observed in the year that I've come back into pharmacy, because I was a pharmacy assistant for many years before I had to step down with COVID. And the trend is changing immensely. Now people are getting very, very sick and tired of their health professionals. They're not being able to help them or give them solutions. They don't know anything about natural health. They just want to push medications. And I'm seeing a real swing to people coming in and trying to find a solution themselves. And of course, that's where I step in and help these people, because of my expertise in vitamins. But it is becoming more and more prevalent as the weeks go on. And just in the last month, I'd say 3 or 4 people, um, I have literally pointed them in the right direction of where they need to go, what they need to change, whether it's diet, alkaline diet, or just trying to get off certain medications that they don't simply need to be on. Of
Mm.
course, I never tell them to do anything without consulting their health professionals. This is just guidance in trying to give them another perspective on where they can go instead of being stuck where they are. So that's been really, really beautiful for me to experience that and to help those people.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's about it.
Mm. Yeah, that's interesting you say that because more and more I speak to people, you hear things like, oh, I'm looking for solutions outside of just taking that high blood pressure tablet or whatever. I mean, we never encourage people not to take the advice of their doctor or
Mm,
of their health professional or a regular thing, but I'm hearing in the conversations around me where people are saying, "Oh, I'm looking at doing something else other than what I've been doing all this time in terms of health and well-being," And so I guess that is the sign of the awakening. That is the sign
mm,
of I need to take control of my life now.
correct.
Because it's not
Yes.
giving my control and my power away to somebody else because listening to the body and what it needs, right? It almost feels like that's it. What does my body need? And I really need to be in tune with that because it's not like being rebellious. It's not whatever. It's just saying I want to take ownership of where I'm going to with my health. People coming to the realization that they can actually do that. Yeah,
Mm,
very, very good. Very good to hear that. I hear people who call what we do woo-woo these days, just always suddenly talking about using words like, I'm not awakened to that possibility, Rose. Or like, uh, or I'm like, I know somebody in particular that just calls whatever we do. Oh, what's the word? I can't remember, but it's not woo-woo. Woo-woo is actually a kind word. All that, I don't know, cockamamie or something like that is what he calls it. But he now would not, and he loves the government. He loves the National Party in New Zealand. But now he would say to me, "Oh, I don't really know about the Prime Minister." And previously, no way. They're the National Party. Whoever's leading it, I'm still going to support it because, diligently, hard and fast, I'm going to do that. Just one example of people just awakening and changing and evolving and saying, no more. I need to think outside of that because this thing that I put my faith in is starting to show the cracks. So yeah, interesting, interesting. Um, Kirsty, what about you?
Mm, yeah, this year. Mm. Do you know it's gone so fast? I feel like it just began, which is
Yeah,
interesting. And in a lot of ways, I guess maybe in contrast to some people's experience, because we're all part of the same experience, but we have different shades of light and shadow. I feel like it's been quite a peaceful year. Yeah, so increasing levels of peace within my family unit. And then almost because there's this kind of settling, maybe less drama in some ways, then the sense of the coming to the surface of the sense of greater possibilities,
yeah,
and then maybe being unsure how to bridge myself to those possibilities. So this is bringing us back to this idea of being okay with not being sure of the how, not being sure how we're going to get there, what the steps are. And so there's
yeah,
almost a little bit of frustration. It's like, okay, I have this really optimistic sense of the creative possibilities on the one hand. And on the other hand, there's the day-to-day 3D Newtonian kind of life going on. Um, and yeah, I think a lot of us have that sense of the expansiveness of what we can move into. And
yeah,
it's almost like we're flickering between two realities. There's like, wow, there's so much possibility. And then I'm speaking for myself, of course, but I
yeah,
feel like this is, you know, many people are experiencing this. And then there's, oh, yeah, but okay, I still have to pay the bills and do the dishes and drive my kids to all these activities. Yeah, and so that balancing of it and that being, yeah, feeling into the being okay with,
yeah,
yeah, we've got this physical reality and also so much is possible and we are the creators and we can dream.
yeah,
And this, yeah, so for me, what I'm feeling into is this sense of a really deeper honesty in terms of actually where is my focus what is my emotional state and how authentic am I being? How honest am I being? Mm. And how can I feel into the next level of that and the next level? Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Why I've
Mm.
been looking around while she's speaking, because as you started to speak, the incense got a bit more intense. And now there's like smoke all around here in front of me. It's like, well, what happened here? It's your voice is,
I needed some clearing. Yeah.
yeah, you sort of got activated more when you started to speak. But I felt like this year, well, people watch my channel know what I thought about this year. I mean, like I was pretty I was pretty naff about the whole thing, but I'm okay with I think I had a in the beginning of the year when we started, my daughter and I, we like to check out our tarot, we just like do a tarot reading or whatever now and then. Like it's at significant times if it's our birthday or the beginning of the year or something. And so we did this,
Mhm.
and she said to me, Mum, it looks like you're going to do a lot of learning this year. And so I thought, oh gosh, if I have to go and do another course, I mean, like really, I was still doing like up, because accounting, you have to do work every year to keep up your professional development, right?
Mm.
And I'd just been doing that last year, and I was like, no, not another professional development course, please. Oh God, no. But anyway, I had the esoteric development course of life this year. And I
Mm.
think that for me was my learning. There was so many highs and there were so many lows. I won't say there was an equal amount of them. There were more lows and there were highs. And last year was bad enough as in 2023, but 2024 was like it had its challenges in other ways. However, I'm going to be positive about the way forward. I don't feel like that every day. And it's coming back to what you were saying about, okay, there is that other part where you feel all that creativity, but and okay, so when's that going to happen? Because like, how do you get from here to there? But also
Mm.
you had that other part of you that was living life. And I spoke about living two timelines in the last few days because it
Mm.
really felt that you could consciously see your two timelines. And I
Mhm.
think more acutely in the last, say, 6 weeks, the two timelines were very obvious. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to catch up. That lower vibrational one and that high vibrational one need to align. They need to catch up with each other and become
Mm.
one, as in the lower vibrational one just needs to like get out. That's the only way.
Yeah. Or is it creating a third possibility that's born of those two in a
Yeah.
sense? Yeah.
Yeah, a balanced one. Like a balanced timeline. Like you could have it, like it's because that's what it is, right? Infinity, balance. This is what we're heading for, balance, right? Because you want to live, but you also don't want to be, you want to live in happiness and harmony with ease and comfort. And of course, in order to do that, to know that it's easy and comfortable, you have to have some discomfort. But it doesn't have to be extremes and maybe now and then one comfort or ease and comforting. And so I think for me, that's the 2024, that would be the year I would say it is. I think it showed me this year. For me, relationships also were a thing. Some really interesting karmic clearing that I was part of, got into and didn't realize, oh, this was about karma. And relationships were a big hit for me. And I learned to own it though. It is important to tell your truth. It's
Mm.
important. And I think if we struggle with that with family as the one that you'd struggle mostly with it, I think. And so I had a conversation with my sister last night. And it so happened I didn't call her because we went into the new year. And I called her like at after midnight New Zealand time. But I was thinking about her dog. I don't know what happened, but I've been talking to my neighbor in the evening about dogs because she looks after dogs. And then I was thinking about my sister's dog that had a bad ending, well, bad ending, yeah, not a very grand ending. Let's put it that way. And I started to feel very emotional about him, about Odie. And I just thought, oh, I need to talk to my sister. And I called her. And she's somebody that doesn't answer the phone often. She's got some health issues. And, I understand that because sometimes when you're going through something, you don't really want to be talking to people. The phone is too much. And she answered, and she thought, oh, I'm calling her because it's a new year. And I was like, I'm calling you because I'm thinking about Odie and I feel like crying, you know? So anyway, but the conversation I had with my sister last night, and I haven't spoken to her like for a long, long time, was vastly different from the last time I had a conversation with her. And that's the point of talking to her, to bringing that into this, because I realized that when we were talking and I was saying things to her, I was really owning my truth. It wasn't unkind. We were having a loving conversation. I love my sister. She's very important to me. And I'm always concerned about it because of her health issues. And she's been doing that for 22 years now. So I just kind of felt like I was a different person speaking to her because of how I was addressing things. And I think that's the thing. We need to own our truth, be honest, be real. And no matter who it is, you know, just because you're telling your truth doesn't mean you're trying to hurt the other person. You know, you're just telling your truth. So I liked that. I liked that part. And so I think for me, that's what I've learned through the relationships this year. And yeah, the parallel lifetime, the lifetimes running alongside each other and not blending and aligning. We need to bring in the energy that brings that alignment now. It's time to do that, you know. So yes, for me, I mean, gosh, there was so much that I could say about this year. I mean, I have like 2 or 3 diaries for the year. I keep calling them diaries. I mean, journals. I have like 2 or 3 journals for this year too. I had it for last year and I have it for this year too. So we've grown though, haven't we?
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And I look at this year, like last year when we started the channel, for example, I did lots and lots and lots and lots of interviews. For the first 6 months, it was interviews galore. I might have done like 3 interviews in a week, or maybe every day 1 interview. And over time, that's kind of changed. And so then I started doing the light language sometime in like June or July. The guides were like, you need to do your light language on the channels. And so I did. But I still did interviews. And then this year that kind of dissipated, but I worked with other people. And I think that showed me the exploration of that. We did registered events that you know, that people in this community were aware of and signed up for, and I was eternally grateful to have the opportunity to do the work like that. But the highlight for me, the biggest highlight for me this year were the activations. I thought that was wow, that was an incredible download, right?
They were mind-blowing.
They were mind-blowing. I just like, wow, my gosh. When we did Africa, it was so long. Okay, Africa and what was it? Antarctica was so long. But hey, we had to live and learn through it. But I just thought there was something so profoundly happening in the background. And we were doing something for a continent, you know, not just a city or like myself or a small community. And it was just so amazing. And I'm eternally grateful to all those people that were so open, every one of you that was so open to hold space, whether you were on screen, whether you were off screen. And people like Claire Johnson and Sonia in South Africa. And, you know, we had Champ who did Australia's activation, but he had stepped foot on Antarctica. I mean, Antarctica, like, wow, you know, like, yeah, come on, baby, let's go, you know? And then we had Israel and Palestine, and Hawaii. I did it all on my own. I couldn't believe I was this crazy woman doing that on my own. Right? I was on my own in Hawaii, but it was so emotional. It was so emotional. And then with that, Israel and Palestine, you know, Ayelet being there in that war-torn zone, we had to even be careful that the police didn't go knocking at the door, you know, and we had this commitment to people for the collective. And then, of course, you know, Claire in Egypt, and then Glastonbury. I mean, what more could you ask for? Hey, and Kirsty, we did Castle Hill this year.
Yeah.
This year gone by, we went to Castle Hill.
Yes, that was
Where
amazing.
else we're gonna go to in 2025? Come on, we've been waiting for this. You know, when the guys gave me this, and I said, "Are you sure I'm not supposed to go there?" And they were like, "You have to do this online first." And yes, you will be going there. And Castle Hill is the platform you jump off to go to all the other places. I'm looking forward to 2025. Thank you very much.
Me too.
Because I believe this is the year of us going to those places.
Mm.
So, we got to get ready, pack the bag and keep it ready for whenever the money shows up and we're going.
Yeah, and I think that the awesome thing about the activations was that there's such gold and that expansiveness of just you were just being of service and you were just following your intuition. So there was nothing in there about I'm doing this because it makes sense and I've got to get from A to B and I've got to make money and
Oh,
I've got
yeah,
to,
absolutely.
it was just like, well, you were called to do it, so you did it. And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Straight from the heart.
Straight from the heart. It was straight. The activations were straight from the heart. And every activation was uniquely wonderful. Every activation was uniquely wonderful. South America, I mean, we were at the second biggest kingdom of the Incas. That's what they showed us in South America. That's what Mariana and her son Mateus, Mateus, I think it's Mateo. Yeah, Matthias is Matthias. You know Matthias, the very what's this? Matthias, the guy that comes from
Just Stefano.
Just Stefano. That guy, I couldn't.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's amazing. He's a brother.
Yeah.
And Matteo, they were there at the second largest kingdom of the Incas. And Australia, that Yadaki man, oh my gosh, it was awesome. And could we have asked for a better activation for New Zealand? I mean, my heart of hearts. Oh my gosh. New Zealand was like so on the last minute coming together, and we had our elders there. That was the thing. We had our elders there. I have been so blessed this year when I think about people coming together. My wealth and health has come from people, those that have loved me and have come to the party and co-created with me. I think that's my learning this year. That has been the gold. Think about that.
That's beautiful, Rose.
Yeah, that has been the gold. That is it ultimately. People are always the gold. Even when I was in the corporate world, I always said the biggest money, the biggest wealth that companies have are its people, but they don't value them. Yeah. And so people.
So true.
Yeah. So I feel like it's been wonderful, and we're looking forward to whatever comes this new year. And that's all I can say. I can't say any more about it and just say it one day at a time. And by the way, Kirsty, I just want to say to you that peaceful space you were in, I could feel it from you. And I really love that because, thank you for that. Yeah. So anything else before we go to Kirsty? Are you going to lead us through something and then we will do some light language?
Yeah. Excuse me for one moment. I just need to ventilate the room. It's a bit hot. I'll be right back.
Lynn, so did you want to say anything more about anything that I was saying whilst we were waiting?
Oh, well, it all resonated, Rose. The activations, I mean, even though I didn't do all of them, but I did most of them, were so heartfelt, like, goosebump material, truth bump material, I should say, not goosebump. I love them all.
Yeah.
And, I could really feel myself going in that energy. It's
Absolutely.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was just amazing, and
I think too, the contributing to service. When you talked about service, this is Father, Mother, God's our service to humanity. It's so important to say that because this is where we all need to go.
Yeah.
To help humanity with their vibration and their awakening. I think this year, 2025, is going to be the year of awakening.
Absolutely. And I think you started to see that in 2024, that awakening, the evidence of it starting to happen in the most unlikely places, right?
Yes.
Right, Kirsty, over to you. And And then when you have are done, I will come back in. But I will put myself on mute if that's okay. And whilst you're doing that, and
Okay. All right, everyone. So perhaps if you just want to feel your feet on the ground, your bottom in your seat, just taking that moment to really connect down, reminding yourself of your connection to Mother Earth, Gaia, Tara, Papatuanuku. Just really feeling that, especially if, like me, you're feeling a little bit floaty and untethered in this transition phase. Knowing that that's okay, and also reminding yourself that you are of the earth. Feel that deep connection, support, nourishment. And because sound is so primal, in the beginning there was the word. We are all vibrational beings of sound and light. Sound can help to take us out of the egoic thinking mind and help us to be in this space of pure possibility, of creative potential. So perhaps if you'd like to do a few ohms with me or in your own time, taking in a breath and then just being in that space, creating the sound and hearing the sound at the same time. Feeling the rib cage expanding, the breath in your belly, the pure experience of breath. So sacred, so easy to forget, and yet impossible to forget. Feeling that breath. And now just letting yourself move up, letting your conscious awareness move up to the heart space. This incredibly powerful energy center that helps to connect us to the hearts of all other beings on this earth and beyond. And so perhaps we can say ah into the heart space, just using the pitch and resonance that works for you. Taking a deep breath and then ah. Ah. One more. Ah. And just staying here for a time in this heart space. Just letting it be. It's so easy at this time of year to feel the pressure of the calendar, of the linear experience. Letting your heart take you back to the space of infinite potential, of the spiral, of the infinity loop. Resting a little time in this heart space. Knowing that we're all experiencing an infinite number of parallel lifetimes. And that from the higher perspective, there is no time and no space. And it's all one. And yet here we are experiencing this human life. Being okay with that seeming paradox. Knowing that we get to choose. We get to choose. And there is no way to get it wrong. And therefore, we can be creative and we can make choices with a certain lightness of touch, a release of judgment. All is one, all is love, all is forgiveness. So why not play a little in this seeming earth realm? Why not expand into joy? Why not forgive? And now, just bringing your conscious awareness to the mind, this place where we may philosophize about the meaning of life and consciousness, where we may get stuck in default loops of thinking. And yet, we may choose not to. We may choose when we see this default mode to release our grip and expand. To allow a higher vision to enter and to choose that. Feeling into this third eye space. And again, choosing a sound, hearing it, creating it at the same time, because you are the creator. You can choose whatever sound speaks to you. So breathing in. Now just letting the heart and the mind come into sync. No need to strain or push for any particular outcome. Just letting yourself come in deeper and deeper within. knowing that as we go deeper within, we also expand without. Perhaps you imagine a link between the heart and the mind. As you reach inward to your very cells, the nucleus, the space in between, like a black hole, a portal, the entryway to a higher timeline, a higher frequency, a different choice, but with no pressure, no rush. As Ram Dass says, we're all just walking each other home. Just feeling into this space. Being here now and allowing for an openness. For tenderness in your heart and spaciousness in your mind as they come into alignment, creating this powerful energy for creation. Dancing in the creation and relaxing into oneness. Dancing into creation, surrendering to our oneness with Source. Letting the emotion be energy in motion. I am unconditional love. Inanna Rakma. I am forgiveness. Inanna Shavak. Inanna Rakma. Inanna Shavak. Inanna Rakma. Inanna Shavak. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. And so it is. Just passing over to you, Rose, when you're ready.
Thank you, Kirsty. That was beautiful. So everyone, thank you. And as we come through this guided process, and just as we are still in the space of our feet firmly planted on the ground, we will do a light language. And the message here was this morning from my guidance was that I was to bring in the Adi Shakti mantra and do a light language with the Adi Shakti mantra. And for the first time, I thought, oh, are we sure, guys? And yes, very importantly so, because I just went and looked up some stuff. And really, the Adi Shakti mantra is to balance the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies. And right now, as we are in this space, I know that we've gone through a process, a conversational process. I will read a few lines and then we will do the Adi Shakti mantra and bring in some light language with that. Adi Shakti represents the divine feminine energy. Adi Shakti is a concept. Shakti is the active power behind all creation, often personified as the goddesses like Durga, Kali, and Parvati. Shakti worship grew significantly during the Vedic period. Over time, the Adi Shakti symbol evolved alongside India's diverse cultural and spiritual practices. It also became, and this for me is important, this last part, it also became a central aspect of yoga philosophy, where it involved balancing masculine Shiva and feminine Shakti, energies that is vital for achieving enlightenment. And so today, as we are here, that is it, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti. We are here, and enlightenment for the way forward, enlightenment of all that enlightenment is required of us here, this time, in this space, for us to move forward at this point, at this very poignant time for us, where according to the Gregorian calendar, it's the beginning of a new phase. According to each of us, we know when the beginning of each of our new phases are. For some of us, our new year starts when our next birthday is upon us, right? But whenever that is for you. And because a lot of the Western world is starting this as a new phase, we will bring in the enlightenment for today, the energies for today, balancing both divine feminine and divine masculine for enlightenment. So, Kurmachai Natura Hayua O Awane Aom Ea Hurnachaya Tumakamotamatumatan Maskur Hatamanatura Nachaya Tulam Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Namo Namo, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Namo Namo, Sarva Shakti, Sarva Shakti, Namo Namo, Pritam Bhavate, Pritam Bhavate, Pritam Bhavate, Namo Namo, Kundalini Mahata Shakti, Mahata Shakti, Kiranato Korona Khaitamarato Koromakanoto Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Namo Namo, Namo Namo, Sarabha Shakti, Sarabha Shakti, Sarabha Shakti, Namo Namo. Pritam Bhavate, Pritam Bhavate, Pritam Bhavate, Namo Namo. Kundalini Mahata Shakti, Mahata Shakti, Namo Namo. Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Namo Namo, ya ya om, ya wa ya wa ya wa, ya o ya wa, o ya o wa ya o. Kiramatse se arum natse ra natse o ahe aho 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 Adi Shakti Adi Shakti Adi Shakti Adi Shakti Adi Shakti Namo Namo Sarabha Shakti Sarabha Shakti Sarabha Shakti Namo 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 Hey Namo 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 Hey Hey Namo 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 Adi Shakti Adishakti Namo 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 Hey Sarab Shakti Sarab Shakti Sarab Shakti Namo Namo Pritam Bhavate Pritam Bhavate Pritam Bhavate Namo Namo Kundalini Mahat Shakti Mahat Shakti Namo 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 Kiramatse seanetse toranatse Oh Namo Namo Hey Namo Namo Iramakutsamachaya Iramakutsuforanachayo Arachatsuaremeteawam Kiranatsu Hiranokuaneao Oh Yewa 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 Oh Elam Ya only rana Ya Namo Namo means I bow, I bow. Ilakhetulu la 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 kula la 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 and yes, I bow to you, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. All of that makes up me, you, us, we. This planet, this galaxy, this universe, and all galaxies and universes. Many of us are floating in space right now, like literally together, floating in space, and what we're wearing are these flowing garments, these robes that fly in a horizontal space above us, and we are below them, flying horizontally. And the robes are golden orange. And here we are, connecting to our sun Solana, and in that way communicating and connecting with our central sun. And you know that the energy of Archangel Metatron, and the golden orange dragons of Archangel Metatron, see yourself circling the universes, circling in space, knowing your place, understanding your mission and your purpose, and aligning and in becoming enlightened with all of it that is you, this time and space, this timeline that is, we call it here on earth 2025, yeah, the year of completion. Let there be joy and enlightenment. This enlightenment you receive this year, that light code, that download, is the stepping stone to joy. Joy is here. But when the light goes on, when the beep happens, your joy is alive and your enlightenment is coming. That is the light code. And may it be this moment, from this moment forward, that the enlightenment code is prevalent in your world, in your life. Thank you, beloved friends. Thank you, beloved ones. Oranatea karamachai nato. Eremeseta foranate nato kranate. Thank you so much. And as you come back to earth, come back into your body. Yes, see yourself coming back, coming in through your crown chakra, coming in and just aligning with your third eye and coming down. Just coming back into your body. I see all of you coming back. Coming back and fitting right in, going through the chakra columns, and then feeling the golden platinum roots going through from your knees right through into your feet and connecting with the earth star chakra. And you're growing back your roots, pushing those roots into Mother Earth in this time so that you can be here grounded in this space. We were all up there, and it's very important for us to be back down here, all of us, all together. The deep blue dragons of Archangel Michael are guiding everyone back. So please come back as you need to. Come back. Be led by the dragons. And why Archangel Michael's dragons? Because of the protection that Archangel Michael gives to us. And we welcome it and we thank you, Archangel Michael. And dragons of Archangel Michael, help us to align, to be protected with ease and comfort, with ease and comfort, with ease and comfort, with ease and comfort. Thank you, friends. And as it is available to you, start coming back whenever you feel ready, guided. Have a sip of water, have a drink of water if it's necessary, if it's available to you. If you don't have it, make sure to drink water today. Make sure to walk out in nature. It is important to ground. This is the thing. This is the thing about.
We've got a bit of feedback right now.
I've got a bit of feedback. I don't know where it's coming from. It's not on my end.
Okay.
So I don't know where that's. Maybe you, Lynn? Can you hear us? Doesn't look like Lynn can hear us for some reason. That's okay. We've been having some trouble with internet, so you know. Anyway, Lynn, can you hear us?
I can hear you, Rose. It's doing the same as what it was doing when we started.
Yeah, so I was coming out sounding kind of weird, like I've got a weird throat or something on Lynn's side, and that's what. Yeah, so this is just a technology issue. Sorry, everybody. But we're about to say goodbye to all of you, and so thank you so much for joining us. So over to you, Lynn, to say goodbye to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this experience. Thank you, Kirsty. I'm dancing all the way to creation. Thank you. That was a beautiful meditation. I loved it. Thank you, Rose, for inviting me here.
Thank you for being here, Lynn. We really appreciate you and giving us your time and your openness for this. I do love it. Thank you for that. I cannot do this without all of you. So just, we cannot be who we are without each other. So thank you for that. Kirsty, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everyone out there in cyberspace and the ether. It was so nice to be with you today. And I feel so much gratitude for your presence, and I feel lifted by the experience and more joyful. And that's what it's all about. And it was, yeah, I really enjoyed all of your reflections, the light language. And I love how everything always just ties together perfectly. Yeah. So thank you, everyone, and just go out into the world with joy and notice the magic.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful day wherever you are. If it's still your New Year's Eve, then keep yourself safe. Enjoy yourself. We have nothing against enjoying ourselves. Enjoy yourself, however you're enjoying yourself, but look after yourself as well. So thank you, and we'll catch you next time here on the channel. Namaste, everyone.